What's up viewers, what's up sneakerheads, what's up sports by Oxmate. Jordan Brand is bringing that signature Travis Scott look to the Air Jordan 1 Low Golf. It utilizes a relatable color palette of white, olive green and black, fitting right in with the earth tone aesthetic championed by the TSXAJ collabs. The with modified made-for golf tread, bright Volt Ton labels add a bit of a sparky contrast while revealing the GOLF affiliation. As far as we know, Travis Scott doesn't even dabble in the game of golf, which makes this upcoming release truly puzzling. Even DJ Khaled would be a far more sensible choice, considering the Miami resident actually plays the game and has broadcast his latest sports obsession on his personal social media. Since this triety of the Air Jordan 1 Low Golf doesn't have true metal spikes, one could wear these casually on the street. So there indeed is a lifestyle crossover. Stay tuned for updates as we learn more about one of the more unanticipated sneaker collaborations for 2023. With the wet and cold weather right around the corner, Jordan Brand will be releasing more new colorways of the Air Jordan 1 Element Gore-Tex. The latest colorway sees the weather-resistant Air Jordan 1 covered in Sky J Purple, Shimmer-Honeycomb-Sail, and Black as the sneaker utilizes a waterproof textile on the toes and side panels with nubuck overlays, all coming with Gore-Tex capabilities. Additional details include 3 meters, reflective detailing, Nike Air branding on the tongue tags, Gore-Tex stamped on the lateral heel, and a blotched translucent rubber outsole. Be on the lookout for the Air Jordan 1 Element Gore-Tex Sky J Purple, to release on October 14th for $200. The Air Jordan 1 High OG Satin Bred received a special surprise release only at a pop-up shop in New York City on October 18, 2016, and was limited to only 501 individually numbered pairs. Dressed in a classic black, university red, and white color scheme, this Air Jordan 1 features a full satin build inspired by the classic Air Jordan flight suit warm-up outfit worn by Michael Jordan in 1985. The shoe was one of the highly sought-after releases in 2016, and is still one of the most coveted sneakers on the market. You can still find sizes available on resale sites like StockX. Since popping up just weeks ago, the Chris Paul X Air Jordan 1 Low OG Give Them Flowers has now surfaced with a detailed breakdown of its build, on top of the previously discussed elements outlined in our previous coverage below. The pattern is confirmed to be a floral one, spread across the upper with the Give Them Flowers theme noted at the tongue's interior side, and a matching thematic sock liner. Release remains anticipated for October 24th via Nike and select retailers at a possible price of $160 US. Back in April, Chris Paul made news in the footwear industry with rumors from Brandon 1 and Maroon Loved 1 South sharing that the guard would receive his own Air Jordan 1 Low OG later in the year. From there, his eventual trade to the Golden State Warriors has brought even more eyes to the veteran, with many wondering how he'll fit in with the Steph Curry-led squad. Now, Chris Paul's take on the Air Jordan 1 Low OG has finally surfaced via a single image. The premium rendition blends light cream and sail to craft a versatile look. Its upper combines an almost white patterned leather with an off-white rough suede that adorns the toe box, tongue, swooshes and heel. Underneath, the stitched midsole rests atop a translucent outsole to complete this preview of the kicks. According to sneaker industry insiders Brandon 1 and Maroon Loved 1 South, the Chris Paul X Air Jordan 1 Low OG will receive a retail release on October 24th via Nike SNKRS and select retailers. Stay tuned for official imagery and launch details as October nears. The Air Jordan 12 is the 12th Air Jordan signature shoe, Designed for Chicago Bulls legend Michael Jordan. It debuted in 1996 and released throughout the 1996 to 1997 NBA season. The sneakers originally retailed for $135 and was designed by Tinker Hatfield. Throughout the shoe's run, 5 colorways were released: white, black aka Taxi, a white, red, Obsidian, a black, red Flu Game, more on this later, and a black, white Playoffs. The sneaker mostly built with premium full-grain leather, a detail that ended up being somewhat of a disadvantage due to its lack of breathability. It goes without saying that the Air Jordan 12 was an immensely popular sneaker, despite coming off the release of arguably the greatest Air Jordan ever, the Air Jordan 11. The Air Jordan 12 still drew fans to stores in droves as NJ won yet another NBA championship. However, the Air Jordan 12 should be remembered more for its place in time. In regards to the power of Michael's marketability, it was the first Air Jordan sneaker to feature no Nike or swoosh logo anywhere on the sneaker. Previous models still had it on the insoles. 1997 was also the year that Jordan Brand was formed. It easily became one of the most popular brands in the world, at times rivaling Nike proper. The design of the Air Jordan 12 was partly inspired by the rising sun emblem on the Japanese flag. This may have been intentional, as Michael Jordan hosted a basketball clinic in Japan in the summer of 1996. The shoes were also remembered for its high contrast with the distinctive coloring of the leather upper and mudguard. It was one of the most visible sneakers on television. The aforementioned red, black colorway was later dubbed the Flu Game by sneakerheads. It was the color that Jordan wore during Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals on June 11th. Jordan had apparently caught the flu the night before and was barely able to stand on his own energy. Despite his ailment, he scored 37 points. It was later revealed by Jordan himself during the Last Dance documentary series that he caught food poisoning from delivery pizza, debunking conspiracy theories that included Jordan simply being hungover from a night of partying. Like every other Air Jordan before it, the Air Jordan 12 was immensely popular. It released again in 2003 in colorways both new and old, while a new low-top version also debuted. Since then, the Air Jordan 12 has been in regular production and is a top seller for Jordan Brand. Without much effort on the marketing end, some of the more standout additions include the Jordan 12 wings. With the way that global warming has shifted the weather patterns, nowadays, you never know when you might need to pull out your weatherproof sneakers. And if you're in the market for a new pair, you're in luck because Jordan Brand is preparing to drop more Air Jordan 1 element colorways this season. One is the Sky J Light Olive installment that has just surfaced by way of early imagery. Jumpman designers were not fearful to get colorful with this forthcoming entry. Its titular shade thrown onto the quarter panels and comes neighbored by a set of solid black overlays and ankle flaps. A potent nose aqua tone decorates the collars and perforated toe boxes, while notes of bright Mandarin-Sail poke out through the flecked laces. Ton branding and embroidered Gore-Tex hits, the latter of which symbolizes rainproof capabilities. At the time of writing, there are no hard details on when these will officially be releasing to the public, but you can likely see these hitting the shelves in the coming months. Keep an early look in the carousel above and note that their retail price will be set at $200 USD. It's been a relatively quiet year for Jordan Brand and the Air Jordan 5. Recently, the Jumpman team has often favored its low-top iteration, as has been the case with other Air Jordans such as the AJ2. However, there are several key releases for fans of the AJ5 to look forward to in the year's remaining months. First, it's set to take on the burgundy look once again, while November presents two colorways courtesy of a Ma Meunier, as well as the newly revealed Midnight Navy. Looking closer at the blue colorway, a textile and suede combination constructs the mostly midnight navy upper. Black enters the mix at the midfoot windows, eye-stays, lining and the Jumpman branding placed at both the tongue and heel. Supporting the sneaker, The sole unit dons the AJ5's typical shark teeth in a speckled blue, while a majority of the midsole appears in white underneath. An icy translucent outsole rounds out the look. While no release details pertaining to the Air Jordan 5 Midnight Navy have been shared by Nike just yet, look for it to be part of Jordan Brand's holiday preview next month, as this pair is currently expected to land on shelves via Nike SN KRS and select retailers on November 10 at a price of $210 US. Shoutouts, Aiken East Ventures from Thailand. If you guys reach up until to this end, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Stay tuned to my next video, the Jordan 11 Gratitude. DMP, just comment down below if it's a cop or a steal.
Came out of retirement. Nike welcomed him back to the NBA with the brand new signature shoe, the Air Jordan 11 Concords. And when fans saw these shoes, they lost their minds. They looked amazing, so when they hit the stores a few months later, they sold out immediately. And over the next decade, it became one of the most popular pair of Jordans ever. But in 2011, fans took their love for these shoes too far, because when Nike decided to drop a retro version of the Concords right before Christmas, sneakerheads were willing to risk it all.
People who waited in line all night long to get the new Air Jordan basketball shoes flooded into Lafayette Square Mall just after 7 this morning. They literally broke a door off the hinges.
This was the scene in Kansas City where people were sprinting.
That over a pair of J's. These fans are nuts.